NCAA basketball totals for Wednesday, March 22nd. Go back to the NIT where we have some really good matchups here as everyone's trying to, find their way to get to New York. Good matchups today. We got Illinois traveling to take on Central Florida, and a really underrated game in Bakersfield versus UT Arlington. They have really impressed me. We're going to talk about those two games here in just a second as we focus on the totals. That's what this segment is about. We're having a good season so far, and let's continue to do that, to continue to have a good season. Yeah, that makes sense. Don't forget also we have our NBA live segment that goes off at 5 o'clock Eastern pretty much every day, Sunday through Thursday, and we might be changing the schedule on that just a little bit. So stay tuned in for that, and that segment's just a blast. You guys got to tune in and watch that one because that's a lot of fun. You guys give some feedback. I try to get back to you, and we talk about the totals. So let's go ahead and let's break down a couple totals today. Don't forget also we got sbrpicks.com. Sportsbook Review, our main webpage. You got to check it out. We got all the sportsbooks there. They're all there, and the line movements and everything. You can check it out. It's our main website, our Facebook channel, sbrpicks.com, Facebook channel. Our Facebook page, YouTube channel. Gosh, I can barely talk today. All right, let's talk about some totals. So, what we want to start talking about also is value on lines this week. So we're going to be focusing on, there's one sports book I'm really going to be focusing on this week as we continue through NCAA hoops, and that's UWager. So we're going to look at the lines from UWager this week, our friends from over there, and they have us right here on the UCF Illinois game. They have it at 130, and that's pretty much across the board. But that 130 right now, I'm going over that total with UCF, a really good defensive team statistically. Excellent. We'll talk about that in just one sec. But Illinois can put up some points, and so can Central Florida. I think with them being at home and the way the tempo is going to be, I think they're going to be able to get over this 130. So let's go ahead and back over this total. Right now we got Illinois, nice win the other night versus Boise State. They're averaging 70.8 points per game. Not great. They got UCF real low, 67.4 points per game. Defensively is what I really want to focus on this game. Defensive numbers and the tempo. UCF's been great on the defensive end. They're allowing just 61.1 points per game. They're ranked 5th in the country. Illinois, not bad at all, 69.2 points per game. So I can see why the line is so low. Defensively, also, you got a UCF team that's first in the country statistically in opponent overall shooting percentage and opponent two-point shooting percentage, and they're second in opponent shooting efficiency. They've been excellent. Illinois, not bad either. They're allowing opponents to shoot just 43.8% from the floor. So why do I like over the total here? Well, that's a low total. That 130 is pretty low, and I think this game is going to be pretty tightly contested. Illinois can score some points, and they go at a pretty good pace, averaging about 57 attempts per game. Central Florida, not really fast at 53 attempts per game, but they have no problem, getting up and down with teams that will do that. They allow opponents 60.4 attempts per game. That's pretty fast right there, what they allow. So I think if Illinois, they don't want to get bogged down against UCF. If they can come in there and get a little tempo going, which I think they're going to try and do, I believe we'll get pretty well over this 130. Illinois really likes to get up and down the floor. They average about 57 attempts, and they allow about 57 attempts, which is not bad. That ranks about the middle of the country. So for me, it's all about UCF not being, not being trudged down enough to go ahead and just make this a grind out game. I think they're going to be okay with getting up and down the floor because they could shoot. UCF, they got some shooters. They shoot almost 36% from distance. They're shooting about 44% from the floor. Not bad numbers. Illinois is about the same. They actually shoot 44.5% from the floor, but they shoot over 36% from distance. So UCF, hats off to them. Great defense, but I think Illinois, the way they run things, and they got some athletes, I think they're going to go ahead and get up and down this game. So I'm going to back over this 130, which is a really low total. Again, like I mentioned before, setting totals for these games are making an assessment on it is difficult. You got two teams from two different leagues and really basically never play each other. So, but I think over is the way to go with the way the odds makers set it up. I don't think it's going to be a low scoring affair, or as low as that 130. And the next one we got up. Again, we get our line from UWager here, and UWager has the game between Cal State Bakersfield and UT Arlington at 144. I'm going under on this one. With this game, I'm going to go under. These are two very underrated teams, especially UT Arlington. Arlington is no joke. That's a really good team right there. Bakersfield, good shocking win over Cal. Then at Colorado State. They're playing some good ball right now. So this is what we got. Here's the setup here. We got two teams that can score a little bit. UT Arlington can really score. They're averaging 77.4 points per game. They're 60th in the country. Bakersfield, they're only scoring 69.4 points per game, but they can shoot a little bit. And recently they've been putting up some points. So why do I like the under? Well, defensively, we got some good statistics across the board for both these teams, and the tempo in proportion to what this total is, I don't think it's going to be that fast. I don't think it's going to be that fast. We got Arlington allowing just 70 points per game, Bakersfield 63.5. If they're going to come in and shock Arlington, which I think is almost impossible since Arlington's undefeated at home, they're going to have to play great defense, and I think they know that. Both teams, pretty decent statistics across the board offensively, not bad. Bakersfield, not that great, actually. When we start digging into the numbers more, they're pretty okay from distance. Arlington's got some nice statistics, but Bakersfield counters that with some good defensive statistics. Right now, they're allowing opponents just 37.1% shooting overall, which ranks third in the country. Of course, different league, much smaller league, in fact. UT Arlington's not from a huge league either. But the way these two match up, I like the defensive numbers here. I mean, Arlington, they rank 47th in the country in opponent shooting efficiency. So I'm looking for this game to really be a defensive battle as well, where Bakersfield actually can shoot a little bit is from beyond the arc. That's where Arlington's really tough, as they're allowing opponents just 31.7% shooting from distance. That ranks 28th in the country. Tempo-wise, you have a Bakersfield team that just does not push a lot of pace. I think they're going to try and slow this down. I think they're going to be able to do it to a point. They're allowing opponents just 53.3 attempts per game. Arlington, 58.2 attempts per game. That's a bit quicker as far as what they allow. At the end, though, that 144, it's just a bit too high, I believe, in my opinion. So I'm going to go under this total. All right, so let's go ahead and let's recap that. Two great games here. A lot of fun. Really like the NIT because you have to go travel to places you've never been before, and it's really fun. Good games to watch with different programs from different conferences. We got UCF, Illinois over the 130. Again, that line is from UWager at that 130, and Cal State Bakersfield, UT Arlington under the 144. Again, that line is from UWager. So that is it for our two plays today. We're having a good season. We're hitting over 54%. Let's continue to do so, and let's see if we can have a good finish. And that is it. So I wish you guys the best of luck on your picks today.
We hope you enjoyed the video. Hey, don't miss out on the best basketball betting content available on YouTube. Click our logo button on the bottom left to subscribe. And as always, guys, give us a like and drop your comments below because we want to hear from you. Visit our website to take advantage of all our free products.